Hey there, MJ traders and investors. It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Today's Tuesday, April 11th. Hope you're well. And in this video, we're going to be discussing, by popular request, a ton of people asking me about this. Is it better to sell Hexo now and buy Tilray, or wait until the deal actually goes through and it just converts automatically? So I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on this, but I'll start off by saying a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, so you don't take anything I say as advice, or I'm not a tax specialist or anything like that. So you're going to have to consult your financial advisor or your tax specialist depending on your situation and your accounts, because it's going to differ drastically from person to person. But I'll give my thoughts and opinions on what I'm planning to do with my Hexo shares leading into this merger. So before we get to it though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As I mentioned, I'm going to go over the topic of what is better, to sell now or to wait until conversion. And like I said, everybody's situation is going to be different, and I'll try to explain this as you were five, essentially, right? Like, dumb it down as much as I can. It is fairly confusing, and again, there was a great opportunity today when Hexo was trading at, I think it was like $1.42 USD. There was a great arbitrage opportunity and discount, but I just want to bring up here the Excel sheet that I have. And like I said, I'll try to keep this as simple as possible. But one thing I'll say before we get started is that this deal is not guaranteed. So to hold until conversion, we're not 100% sure that the deal will go through. So first and foremost, we're not 100% sure that the deal's even going to happen. It's probably 90+% that it's going to go through, but just keep in mind that there's no guarantee until it actually happens. And then something else that I want to mention, but that doesn't mean that you can't take advantage of some arbitrage opportunities and discounts. You don't actually have to wait till the deal happens. But if you are waiting until conversion and hoping of a specific discount or percentage, then, that isn't guaranteed, to the point where the deal actually goes through, right? So for example, I put on here CGC and Acreage, so we can kind of compare that. And some of these other acquisitions in the past with, Supreme and Canopy, we had Afria and Tilray as well, and there was different arbitrage opportunities and discounts. And with CGC and Acreage, there's a bigger discount and arbitrage opportunity because the deal is dependent on U.S. federal legalization, right? So again, a little bit more risk with that one, and that's why there's a little bit more of a reward and kickback, right? Percentage discount. And then another thing I'll start by saying is, if you do sell or buy, or vice versa, that is a taxable event in some cases. So if you're like me and you're trading in a registered account, well, you're not really going to have to worry about it. If you're trading in an RRSP, as far as I'm aware, my tax specialist said you can trade as much as you want. It's tax sheltered, right, until you take it out, and then you can trade as much as you want inside of an RRSP. But if you've got a cash account or a margin account, right, then you're going to trigger a taxable event each time you buy and sell, right? So that's something to be aware of, and that's why I recommend contacting your financial advisor and your tax specialist to see whether or not that's the right idea for you. But I'll go through this Excel sheet here. So essentially what you do is you take ticker 1, share price 1, ticker 2, share price 2, get the ratio, your ticker 2 converted share price, and then ticker 2% discount. So in this instance, we'll start with CGC and Acreage. So CGC, and this is in US dollars, the current price right now is $1.54. Acreage price is 40 cents. The ratio is 0.3048. So what you do is you divide share price 2 by the ratio, and that gives you $1.31 of ticker 2 converted share price. So essentially, if you wait until it's converted, you're going to get CGC for $1.31, whereas right now the price is $1.54, so that's a discount of 17.5%. So in Tilray and Hexo scenario, the current share price of Tilray is $2.52 USD. Hexo is $1.20. The ratio is 0.4352 from the deal, right? So what you do is you divide 1.2 divided by the ratio, and that gives you 2.75. So right now, if you waited until conversion, you'd actually lose 8.3%. So it's better to just, well, again, I'm not saying what to do, just being clear, this isn't financial advice, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just saying, hypothetically, right now you could sell your Hexo and then buy Tilray for $2.52 as opposed to waiting until it's converted, right? And then paying essentially 275 for each Tilray share. So we'll just dumb this down as much as possible, right? Like explain it to me like I'm 5. So for example, the best way to do it would be just think about 10,000 shares. So you have 10,000 shares of Hexo currently. So you could sell those 10,000 shares, right? 10,000 times $1.20, just, obviously the bid and the ask is going to be different, but we'll just say for simplicity's sake, you sell it, it fills at 120, that's $12,000. So now you have $12,000. You go and you buy Tilray at 252. And again, we're not factoring in ask and bid price. We're just going with a rough estimate. So you divide that by 252, that's 47.61. So if you were to sell Hexo shares right now and buy Tilray, let's say if the market was still open today, obviously it's closed now, it's been closed for a few hours, but let's say it was still open, you would be able to sell your Hexo now and get 4,761 shares of Tilray. Whereas if you waited until the conversion would automatically just convert it for you, what you would do is you would take $12,000, right? And you would divide it by 275, right? So you'd only end up with 4,363 Tilray shares versus if you were to sell Hexo now, you would get 4,761. So if you waited until conversion, you'd actually lose a few shares, right? So you can even do 47.61 minus 43.63.63. So you get an extra 400 shares essentially if you sold it now as opposed to waiting. But again, as Tilray share prices change and as Hexo share price changes, we can see these different discounts in real time and this arbitrage opportunity, right? So as and again, it's not a guarantee that the deal is going to go through, but it's expected late June. So we'll keep an eye out on this. I'll be doing videos and updating people as well. But as of right now, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense right now to do it. The way to do it would have been this morning when Hexo's price was all the way up at 142 USD. And then if we take a look at Tilray's price in the morning around the same time, it actually dropped, right? So we were down substantially. And then Hexo's price was actually up. So if you did the ratio then, you I think it was like a 30% premium essentially that you would have been able to get. But again, just keeping it as simple as possible. And I'm getting, it's late in the day. So even myself, I confuse myself with this sometimes, but I'm just trying to explain it as simple as possible. And basically all you need to think about it is if you have 10,000 shares of Hexo, you sell it now, you'll be able to buy Tilray for 252 versus if you have 10,000 shares of Hexo and you wait, it's going to sell it at 275, right? But if this changes to 280 or 290, then it might just make more sense to wait until the conversion, right? And again, I'll be updating everybody as time goes on, and I'll give my thoughts and opinions more as we get closer to the date of completion when the conversion is actually going to happen. But hopefully that makes sense. Let me know in the comments below what your plan is. Are you going to hold? Are you going to sell your Hexo now and then buy Tilray shares? Are you going to wait? Are you going to, another option would be to sell half of Hexo. Again, I'm just brainstorming. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do just yet. I might take advantage of some of the discounts and the arbitrage opportunities as they present themselves. I missed that one this morning. You had to be super quick, right? But it is what it is. And this probably won't be the last time that we have opportunities like this. So hopefully that makes sense. And if anything isn't clear, just let me know in the comments below. I'll do my best to clarify. But again, I'll probably do another video or two in the future about this. But I did get this question at least a dozen times already. So hopefully that helps you in your situation. But before we go, I would appreciate it if you could smash the like, share the video with anybody that might find value. And yeah, we'll continue to track this. But hopefully that helps you in your situation. But again, first and foremost, you want to consult your financial advisor and your tax specialist because everybody's situation is different. Your accounts are going to be different, and you got to factor in taxable events as well. So going to end it there. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with Power Group. Have a great night. See you on the next video.